In this question, it says that scandium fluoride is an anionic compound. So they're telling you that. So now you can figure out the charges because fluoride is 1 minus. So scandium is 3 plus and 1 minus. And they want you to compare the how does the latent energy of AlF3 compare that with SF3. And AlF3 is 3 plus and this is F minus. So both basically aluminum and scandium, that's the comparison because the anions are the same. So, and they have the same charge, but aluminum as an element is in period 3 and scandium as an element is period number 4. So either you can give the answer from scandium's point of view or aluminum's point of view. Let's do for both. I'll say talking about aluminum. So you'd say that Al3 plus is a smaller ion than scandium 3 plus. Therefore, basically, it has a, so Al3 plus has a greater charge density. And therefore, what will that charge density do? That charge density will therefore, it has a greater attraction between Al3 plus and F minus ions. Yeah, that's what the answer is. Now, if you were to give the answer in terms of scandium, you would say the opposite, right? So you'd say scandium is a larger ion, therefore smaller or lesser charge density which means weaker attraction between scandium 3 plus and F minus. You have to mention the attraction so that they know that you know the attraction is what causes lattice energy to be high or low. All right. So therefore you will add here that therefore the lattice energy of aluminum fluoride is greater. Or here you'll say the lattice energy of scandium fluoride is less exothermic. And here you'll say the lattice energy of, so the lattice energy of aluminum fluoride is more exothermic. The lattice energy of scandium fluoride is less exothermic. All right. So either you can say more exothermic or you can say the magnitude of lattice energy is greater. All right.
Quick pause. If you're finding value in this explanation, there's so much more to discover at Alt Academy, where we break down every A-level concept with the same clarity. Now back to the video lesson.
The next question I wanted to see, this one was from 2020 June. Paper 42, question 7. And they are given you lattice enthalpies of zinc bromide, zinc chloride, and zinc oxide. So it's the anions that are different. So it's bromide, chloride, and oxide. And even if you want to, look, the charges are there also, but also their sizes. So periods mein, oxygen is period 2, chlorine period 3, bromine period 4. That tells you the scale of sizes. So yeah, so when there's a difference between bromide and chloride, the charges are the same in both of them. The only difference is the size, basically. And so you can use one to explain the other. So here, if you start with bromide, you'll say Br minus is a larger anion than chloride minus. Therefore, attraction between zinc and bromide is weaker. You could add here there that the charge density on bromide is lower, but most important is the size and therefore the attraction. Larger size, weaker attraction, smaller size, stronger attraction. That's what they're looking for. Yeah, you could also have said chloride is a smaller anion Therefore, the attraction between zinc and chloride is stronger. Then it says explain why the difference between lattice energies of zinc chloride and zinc oxide. Now, here the greater the difference is caused by the charge. You see? So O is a 2 minus charge while Cl is a 1 minus charge. So O2 minus has a greater charge than Cl minus. But also this is period 2 and this is period 3. Now when the two ions are in the same period, we can ignore the size difference because the difference in size is almost similar. But when the period changes, the sizes differences are larger. But here, understand that the charge is more and even the size is smaller. Both result in attraction being greater, because greater charge means greater attraction, smaller size means greater attraction. So here, and O2 minus is a smaller ion than Cl minus. Now if it was given F minus instead of Cl minus, then we wouldn't care so much about the size. We'll only care about the charge, because F minus and O are in the same period. I mean, they're in the same period, it doesn't matter as much. It's only when in different periods when the size will be significantly different. So here, so O2 minus is a greater charge than Cl minus, and it has a smaller size than Cl minus, which means therefore the attraction between zinc 2 plus and what is it, Cl minus is, no sorry, zinc, so we'll talk about oxygen, right? So let's say O2 minus is greater, or you could say the attraction between zinc 2 plus and Cl minus is weaker. But that's the answer for this. Then the next question we were looking at is from 2020 November, paper 41. So these are all the last year. So the electron affinity of carbon is minus 120. Now it's about electron affinities. So electron affinity of fluorine and carbon. How do you explain that? They're in the same period, by the way. They're both period number 2s. Why does that matter? Well, periods will matter in terms of size and shielding effect. So you'd say that fluorine has, so F has a greater nuclear charge, while shielding effect and size remain similar, are almost equal. Therefore, the attraction by the nucleus of F for incoming electrons is greater. For incoming, because they'll be coming inside. Incoming electrons is greater. It's all about the attraction by the nucleus. So the net attraction for the external electrons coming in will be greater. That's the words that you will use. All right? Remember, electron affinity trends are determined by nuclear charge, shielding effect, and atomic radius. So as the nuclear charge increases, and why is the nuclear charge increasing? Because carbon has 6 protons and fluorine from the data booklet has 9 protons. So carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. This is period number 2. Across a period, the nuclear charge is increasing. So the nuclear charge, which is Z, is increasing. Shielding effect stays same. Size decreases or almost the same, it doesn't really matter. But the attraction, therefore, for the outer electrons increases. So across a period, electron affinity will increase, which is the same reason why ionization energy is increased and electronegativity increased, is also why electron affinity increased. So across a period, electron affinity will become more exothermic. All right. Now, if they had compared chlorines with fluorines, not carbons, then down the group, the electron affinity decreases. So chlorine, even though it has greater nuclear charge, will actually have also greater shielding effect and greater size, which will outweigh the increase in nuclear charge. So chlorine attraction for the outer electron will actually decrease. So across a period, the attraction for outer electrons increases. Down a group, the attraction for outer electrons decreases. All right.
Hey there. If you found this A-level chemistry lesson helpful, why don't you head over to our website, altacademy.org, where you can sign up for the full A-level chemistry course. In addition to chemistry, you can sign up for physics, biology, math, or 4 other A-level subjects. Thousands of students have already taken the leap. What are you waiting for?